What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Lady B, and you're tuned into KTTV and Street. Y'all already know the drill. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go and hit that big red button and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you haven't hit that notification bell, so you know when my next videos are dropping. And please, as always, give this video a thumbs up, okay? Alright, so if y'all don't know who this little person is that's sitting next to me, that is my oldest. I'm pretty sure you can tell she has my face. Yeah. Anywho, that's my baby girl, my oldest, my firstborn. This is my lovely daughter, Miss Karma Marie. Yes, Karma Marie. So today she's going to be my special guest on this video, because today's video is a little bit different from my other videos. Today's video is about bully awareness. So I've prided myself on a lot of things since I became a mom, and one of the things is like my baby self-confidence and different things. Like I went natural because of her. Okay, I went natural because of her. Sleepy? Sleepy? I did a lot of different things so she would be confident in herself as not only a little girl, but an African American little girl. And I knew she was going to have different things and want her hair different ways and different stuff, and she would not understand why her skin wasn't the same as other people, all type of different things. So I wanted to build up her confidence, so I did things that made me more confident in my own skin as well. We grew together. So this past almost 7 years of life that she's been here has been not just difficult for me or getting me outside of my box, but it's been a heck of a ride with her. So she made me grow up. But unfortunately, y'all know this is the bully awareness video. So I'm interviewing my child because she has been a victim of bullying more than once, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought, why not let her tell her story her way, the way she could, and maybe it can help other kids her age and be brave to tell their stories as well. So without further ado, let me let my baby take over. Miss Karma Marie, do your thing, baby. Want to tell your story? Let them know. Go ahead.
I was playing with my friend. We were playing a hand game.
Trey, hold on, guys. Wait a minute. She talks really light. She's like really shy right now, and she's nervous, so she doesn't have her voice quite yet. And then her brother is being loud, so I want you guys to hear her. So this is one of her first bullying incidents. Say hi, everyone, to Trey. Say hi, Trey. Okay. So go ahead, Carmen. Tell them about what happened the first time you were bullied.
The first time I was sitting with my friends, talking to my friends. We were playing hand games. Then a boy came over. He said he was threatening us like he was going to put his hands on us, and he said you better not talk to my brother, because this is not what because
it's okay. You don't have to rush through it. Go ahead, get it out.
Because I was talking to his brother. He said don't touch my brother, don't talk to my brother, because he is not somebody that you want to mess with.
Okay. So he basically bullied you from being friends with his brother. He didn't want you to be friends with his brother. Yeah, pretty much. How did that make you feel? Sad. Because
I could be some girls' friends though.
You could be some girls' friends, but what happened when you were being the girls' friends on the playground? It was some little girls bullying you as well, correct?
But they were in a different classroom. Serenity was involved.
Serenity was wasn't her friends from like down the street from my grandma's house. So it was one of her friends and some other little girls. It was her friend's classroom. They're not all in the same classroom or anything, so she doesn't see these girls often, but she sees them because they have outdoor play and stuff. So tell everybody what happened.
I was playing on a monkey bars they took me down. They were trying to swing me around, and then I hit my lip, and I hurt my eye. They ran away, and they said they didn't do it. And that's when somebody else got in trouble because it was only Cherish that got in trouble, but she wasn't in the
group of girls.
She wasn't in
but she got in trouble for it
because she was right by me.
Okay. So basically, some girls on the playground, because at this time you were what, the class monitor or something like that. Basically, some girls tried to, I guess, fight her or pull her or something like that on the playground. They pulled her out. They were trying to hurt her, is how she felt. They pulled her off the monkey bars and were trying to pull her away. She was trying to tell the teachers, and they were holding her arms back from her telling the teachers. Basically, they were holding her back from going to tell, which they're supposed to do when stuff like this happens. Now, the crazy part about this for me is, where were the monitors as far as the teachers on the playground at the time when this was going on? That nobody saw this. Like, literally, I didn't get a call from the school. I didn't get a call from her teacher or anything that this even happened to my child. It was only because she finally told me that this happened to her that I even knew about it. She didn't, like, I got no information from the school, no information from her teacher. Nobody knew this was even happening. So where were the teachers at when this was going on? Because
teachers were at their lunch.
They were at their lunch. So who's supposed to monitor you guys outside?
The lunch monitors.
And where were they at the time?
They were over at the gate talking.
So basically, the teachers, the adults in the situation, weren't paying attention to the kids, and the kids were acting a fool and trying to attack the other students. So for me, that's a red flag. That's a big red flag. So go watch TV. Okay, we'll be in there in a second. So you want to go help your sister? Go help your sister, and then come back and tell them what else happened. So for me, it's scary, the thought that the adults that's supposed to be out there monitoring my child while she's playing are not doing their job, because no one even knew that it happened. If it wasn't for her telling me, I know, I hear it, but if it wasn't for her telling me what happened, or her feeling comfortable enough to tell me what was going on, I would have never known what was happening. So that kind of bothered me a lot, like to the point where I had a meeting with the principal and the head of the security, I believe he was. We had a whole conversation, me, him, and Karma, of course, about what was going on and why she felt the way that she felt. And they basically addressed the students about what happened, and so far it has not happened again. I believe it's been 3 incidents though, and it's not all the same people, because we have addressed it. Me as a parent, I'm going to address it first. But I'm a little different than most parents, so I've been trying to do things the proper way, because my first approach would be, who's a student and where they mama. But I'm trying to be a better parent and come up out of their lifestyles, y'all. So I try to handle it with the school first and do the meetings, and if they can address it with the students and get the students to leave my child alone to the point where she's not feeling like she's bullied anymore, then that's fine. And after that incident, and we had that meeting with the school and different things like that, she hasn't had an issue with those girls anymore. She feel like she lost a friend, but I had to explain to her, like, that wasn't your friend. And right now at this age, I truly feel like her friends are her sisters, her brother, and her cousins, because yes, true friendships do get established this young, but sometimes this new generation is a lot different than my generation that I had growing up. So it's a little harder to say like real friends, because we keep our kids so sheltered from different things because there's so much going on. Please stop playing with your hair. But it be a lot going on. So you never know who you can really trust around your babies when you want to have like sleepovers and stuff and different things like that. We haven't started that stuff yet because she's only 6, so I'm still waiting on those type of activities. So I don't know. But this next little situation not only follows her from school. Okay.
I have to help one of my friends bake a cake.
That was random. Anywho, but this next situation doesn't just follow her in school, it follows her at her after school situation because the girl not only is now in her classroom because they had lost a teacher on the first grade. Please get your hair out your mouth. Thank you. Like her teacher went to like a second or third grade class, so they had to combine the classroom that she had into 2 different classrooms. So now she's with the one girl. Stop. She's with the one girl now in this classroom. So they're in the classroom together at school, and then they're in the after school program together as well. And this little girl, I hate to say it, is a little headache. She is. And like it doesn't even seem like her mom can control her because she does what she wants. And like it's so bad. And we like at this point, like who do I address? Because obviously the parent can't handle the situation, and the little girl is not gonna handle the situation. It's to the point where I don't even want them to play together because it's just that bad. So you go ahead and you can tell them about that.
Because once we were playing together, she took my squishy and she said she was going to come right back. She went in the other corner and then whipped the head, and I can show it.
I'm gonna show them the squishies. The squishies things now, just so y'all understand what they are. Squishies are things they win at school. Now they win these things from like a fundraiser type thing that they have at school. So the more people that like raise money, the more gifts they get. So these are like little backpack clips that they have. Now the little girl tends to keep thinking she can break my child's toys or break her prizes. Like every time she comes home with one of them, the head is halfway ripped off. And I'm like, how are you doing this before you get home? And she always says it's the same person. So at this point, after like the second or third one, of course, you as a parent, I mean, y'all, I would hope y'all understand where I'm coming from, would get kind of annoyed. And then they have like little fundraiser stuff and different things. But the way they have their set up, it's almost like a lottery scratch off thing that's on them, and they're on them specifically because the code underneath might give you something extra. Now, every time my child gets to me, by the time she gets to me, when I go pick her up from her after school, the scratch off is always scratched off. So I'm like, why are you scratching this off so early? What's going on? It wasn't me. It was the little girl. And I'm like, okay, so she's breaking your stuff and she's taking stuff that's supposed to come to me as a parent to do, and she's also like, okay, in the after school program, they don't get along more than like 10 minutes, if 10 minutes. Sit poo poo before you fall. They don't get along more than maybe 10 minutes because they don't get along. The little girl has like a leadership thing going on with her. No, get out my room. Out my room.
I'll get him.
So she has this thing where she thinks like what she says goes, and if you don't listen to her, then it's her way or the highway type thing. And she has it bad. She does it not only with children, but she has this like attitude with adults, and it's like it's startling that she has that attitude with adults as well. And it got to the point where I finally just said something about it maybe last week, which caused a whole different issue, kind of, where I thought something was going to be said because I would let her say it because she brought it to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So this is where we're going to head with this, huh? Okay. So what was told to you, Carmen?
Chantel said her mama was going to speak to you and say, why would you say my child's name and talk about her? Chantel just told a whole blank lie to her mother.
Now, the situation. And do we have any more bullying issues with you, or is that all of them? Now, let's. You have another one? Okay, go ahead.
With the same little boy, he keeps on coming up to me. He keeps on trying to fight me.
Now that's a whole nother problem because we don't play that boy hit girl thing or hit anybody too much. I'm trying. Stop eating your hair. Sit back. I'm trying to raise them so they won't be thinking it's okay to fight and do different things because in this day and age it's way different. Now I was raised with the if somebody hits you, you hit them back, and I'm not telling them not to defend themselves. She's so much of a straight A student and perfect attendance and happy go lucky. She's me all over again when I was little. I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to do anything. I cried. When I say guys, I cried when I got my first B. Cried like a baby when I got my first B. So she's me all over again. Straight A student, like perfect attendance, does everything good. She has little problems because she has a little mouth. Not like a mouth as so of a bad mouth. She just talks a lot. And I can't help that my baby talks a lot. I can tell her to pay attention in class and do different things. She's not getting smart mouth with anybody or anything like that. She just talks a lot. She does. And I can't. She's been that way since she began talking. So if they be like she's talking too much in class, I believe the teacher because I know she talks a lot. But that might be good and it can be bad. I always say she's probably my lawyer. So her talking a lot is her talking a lot. Either way. Well, that. Trey, go with your sister. Go watch TV.
I want to say.
So, in the end, I don't. Go. He's coming. I don't condone little boys hitting her. And that would be a whole nother problem. And that's going to be a problem that. Get from over there, poo-poo man. I'm calling him that. That's my poo-poo boy. That's my man. He has a lot of nicknames, y'all. But anywho, that's a whole nother problem that has to be addressed and that will be addressed with the school because a little boy is steady attacking. Like I know we say when little boys nitpick with girls, they usually like them, and that's usually true. But we're not gonna try to hit my baby. You put your hands on her, that's when you gotta deal with Mama Bear, and I'm not finna play that game. So let me get all her things out so I can break down some of these situations that she's went through. Any more? Or is that it? One more? Go ahead and let them know. Because then I'm going to ask you. Okay, baby.
In the cafeteria when I was getting my lunch and I sat down, the girls that were sitting right there, they saying that they saying curse words. They cursing at me and they saying, get away, you can't sit here because that's where another person's going to sit.
Now, are these girls older than you or they're in the same grade as you?
They're the same grade as me, but they're older. They're the same age as me. Chantel's 7. She was the.
No, these are the girls that's cursing and doing all that?
Mm-hmm.
And they're cursing at these kids are 6 and 7, y'all, cursing and acting the fool in the lunchroom.
Chantel is the main one that's.
It's the same little girl that's doing the squishy stuff that she has to deal with not only in school but in after school. So how does I just want to know? You don't have to do anything. How does all this makes you feel? You feel bad? Okay, you can stop with the thumbs down. Talk. How does it make you feel? They can't see you.
I mean, that,
upset.
Sad.
It makes you feel sad. It hurts your feelings. You don't think you. She comes home. She can never have her squishy. She comes home some days and says like she doesn't feel like she has friends in school and different things. She doesn't have friends and different things like that. And I said, anytime I go up there, it seems like she has actual genuine friends in there, but she might not just feel this. She always says that this is her main thing. She says they act like they're her friends when I come around because yes, I bring the cupcakes and different things and stuff like that for different occasions. She always has like snacks and stuff for the parties and class and all that. So she always says they act like they're my friends, but they're not my friends, mommy. That's her main thing. She always said that. So I'm like, that's kind of crazy that kids are acting like they're your friends, but they're not your friends. They actually are mean to you when I'm not around, or they're mean to you on a daily basis. Her teacher says she doesn't even see it sometimes, but we don't know how kids feel.
When my teacher calls you for a little bit of bad behavior, that's when they started laughing.
I mean, that's just normal kid stuff, though, Karma. So that's not really being bullied.
And they said, haha, you gotta.
But y'all all do that. That's
I
not
don't
bullying.
do that when
She said she don't do that.
I don't do it because I ask the person, are they okay?
She's just different. She's just different.
I'm different from all of them. They
Told you
say,
she's outspoken, y'all.
I say, oh, am I okay? Are you okay?
But the crazy part is she's not like that with her little sisters and brother, baby. If they get in trouble, she is laughing. She gonna chuckle and point and do all that extra stuff. But I guess she feels a different way when she gets to school. So, just saying. She does sometimes. She says, y'all gotta love her. This is raw, really uncut, y'all. So, like, literally, I can't deny that she does it with her brother and sister. Go that way. Come on. I'm not gonna keep telling you. Go that way. Okay, you'll get them in 1 second. Bye-bye. I'm sorry, guys. Anywho. So, I think we're done with Miss Karma Marie now. Karma, you can say bye to everyone. And thank you for being part of Mommy's channel today.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Tay-Tay in the background.
And do you still feel bad about the stuff that goes on? Or you know that it's not going to... Mommy has told you if they're not your friends, you don't need them. Right? Mommy has told you you'll be okay. You still feel bad. It still hurts your feelings that they acted like that towards you. What Mommy wants you to know is that it will not always last. This is just a phase in life, and kids sometimes are mean. You don't have to be mean back. You can treat them with a grain of salt. You can treat them.
And Mommy, in lunch, there was a big fight going on.
Come on, put that down and go that way.
Mommy, in the cafeteria, there was a big fight.
It was a fight. They having fights in the school and everything, y'all.
And Katie came up to me, punched me in my stomach for no reason.
See, now I have a problem because they're putting hands on my child. She's just now telling me this. She has not even mentioned that this little person has put hands on my baby. So that's another thing that's going to have to be addressed with the school, because now I need a meeting with Katie's mom, and I'm not happy. So,
or Kaden's big brother.
No, I don't need to talk to nobody but Katie's mama. So, yeah, that's one of the things that we will be addressing later, and that's going to be further. That's going to be further addressed. All right, Karma Marie. So, like I was telling you, don't let this stuff bother you, baby. If they put their hands on you, that's when you address it with your teacher, and that's when you let Mommy and Daddy know, and we will take care of it from there and deal with it accordingly. You do not have to feel bad for people being mean. Y'all know Trey don't have no scruples. Come here. He telling his sister to shut up and all that. He the biggest bully in the house. No, don't say it. Don't say about baby a bully. Come here, Mimi. Come here. Calm down.
You need to.
Go turn the TV on for your sister. So, Karma, say bye-bye to everybody. Thank you for being a part of this video. We appreciate you. They're running around and stuff. So, we're going to wrap this up, y'all. I hate that my daughter had to go through it. She doesn't take it as serious as a lot of kids would, but that's because I addressed it on the spot, because I don't want her to feel like she can't come to me about it. I don't want her to feel like she has to hide the way that she feels about it, and I want her to tell me how she feels when it's happening. So me or her father can go to the school and have meetings with the teachers and the principals and the superintendents and whoever else we need to have a ding-dang meeting with to address why other kids are doing anything to our child or why they're being mean to our child. Now, as far as the situation with the daycare, the one girl that's in daycare with her as well as school, that was addressed. And let me explain how that was addressed. I got there to pick her up one day, and this was like the third little squishy thing that she had gotten that was damaged before she even got home. So I questioned it while she was getting ready and putting her stuff on. And when the same name came up, I was kind of livid. And the little girl happened to be in the class. Now I'm talking to another adult at the time, as well as my child, about the situation. Now the little girl is there. It's nothing negative about the little girl, because I'm not going to address a child. My thing is, I'm not the only parent that sees these type of activities and sees that her mother can't do the type of, well, do what's needed to be done to handle the situations. She doesn't discipline, from what we see or what goes on, she doesn't discipline her child for these type of actions. So it's like your child kind of runs over everybody, including adults, because you let her. Like, you let her run over whoever. And that's not good for a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, nothing like that, to feel like they have that type of power, especially over adults, because you don't say anything to her. So I addressed the situation as an adult to another adult. Like, what is going on? What's the problem? Are they not getting along? Because I feel like if they're not getting along and they can't play nice together, they don't need to play at all. I get the separating them from each other thing. I get all of that. I understand. It's only so much you can do when you have about 20 to 30 kids in this class after school. But what's not finna keep happening is I'm not finna keep getting paperwork sent home to me that's already tampered with before I get to it. And what's not gonna keep happening is my child's toys are not finna keep getting damaged because of somebody else's child, because she hasn't gotten one. I get it. She wants to be friends with my child. That's lovely. But what we do when we're friends are we treat each other with respect. And if they cannot treat each other with respect and respect each other's property, as well as get along and play nice, they don't need to play at all. Because I'm sick and tired of every time I pick her up or every time she goes home, I have to hear this girl's name doing something, saying something, or acting a certain way to my baby. I stopped the relationship with my child and another family because of that. Literally, they were good up until the little girl got around her bigger sisters. And then she treated my child like, oh no, we can't be friends. And I watched it. I'm cool with the little girl's mom somewhat. And we went to high school together, all types of stuff. And it's like, when I watched it and I noticed it and I'm listening to it, because they stay across the street and I'm listening to it from a distance, I'm like, you know what? No, we're going to dead this now. Come back home. You can play in your own yard with your sisters and brothers, and you ain't got to deal with that. Because what I'm not going to allow you to do is be mistreated by anybody. Because that's not what we do. We don't mistreat each other.
I gotta take my shoes off.
You could have took your shoes off in the room. She's trying so hard to be in this video, and she just does not understand that we don't have that clearance for her to be in the videos yet. Get your book bag and take it in the room. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, because my youngest is trying my patience. Go in the room. Go, Trey. Anywho, I mean, it may seem like I'm just being protective, because until I have an okay, I'm being respectful and protective of that one right now, because until I have the okay from not only her dad but her mother, I will not put her in my videos. It's not like I don't love my other baby, but I did not birth her, so I want to respect the fact that I do have a YouTube channel, but I have not talked it over with her mom if it's okay for her to be on my channel, and if it's okay for her to be on their own channel when I do allow them to get one. So until that time, I will be censoring that one out of my videos. I have control over my own two, but my other two, until we have clearance on all that with both parents, because I mean, the dad knows what I do, but he doesn't really say anything. But we also discussed it would have to be agreed upon with her mom. So until then, Y'all won't see my youngest girl, my pretty girl. Y'all can see her head stuff. Y'all see a little clip of her. That's about as all everybody getting right now. Let me get some more lighting. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay.
Peanut butter.
Probably why. Go.
Or jelly.
You're not getting no peanut butter jelly, so I'm stopping to eat dinner. 1 second, Joe. Yeah, pick that up for me. Thank you.
Okay. Are you talking about me?
No, I'm not talking about you right now. Carmen, go play. I got your stuff. Thank you.
1 second.
Thank you. Love you. Sorry. Be back. Lord, when your natural light decides to leave. So let's brighten the situation. Now back to what I was saying. So yes, it was addressed with that about the little girl, but I was talking to another adult, the adult that's there watching them at the time. Now the little girl went back and told her mother whatever she told her mother, which I feel my child should have never got wind of a conversation talk about her mother was gonna come say something to me or do something to me, address something with me in the first place. They have my number. So when I got there, after I found all this out, yes.
Milk.
Okay.
Milk.
You want some milk? Y'all gotta get Trey some milk. Be right back. I am back. I am sorry. Anywho, I felt like, look, my child should have never got wind of a conversation that was supposed to be had between two adults in the first place. So the next day when I came in, of course I'm on defense mode. And I'm in there like, so what's supposed to be said to me about what? Because I said what I said, and I meant what I said. If they cannot play together, they don't need to be playing together. If they can't play nice, they don't need to play at all. I know little kids have back and forth tips and tats, but sometimes you have to separate them out. And that's how I felt. As a mother, I felt at this point, y'all need to just take a break. Not saying y'all can't be friends, but sometimes you need to take a break from some people. And if you can't take a break, things can go bad. And I won't let that be my child. The bullying aspect with my baby has been, it's been hard for me as a mom a little bit because you don't want to have to go through that with your child. I've literally tried to, you know, as a mother, you try to protect your child in every way you can. So to have to hear those stories and hear her tell me like somebody tried to put their hands on her, somebody did put their hands on her, or somebody did this and did that, and she felt hurt and she's sad about it. To hear her tell me she doesn't feel like she has friends, or that kids fake like they're her friends when I come around to come see her at school or something like that, that hurts to hear. It hurts. And it's like you can only protect your child from so much, especially when they go to like public schools and different things like that. School in general, kids are mean at ages, but they only see what we as adults do. And I tend to keep mine sheltered. I don't do those type of, I'm not a mean person. Even though some people may feel I'm mean, I'm not a mean person. I'm a sweetheart. In real life, I'm a sweetheart. So they come from a loving, compassionate family basis, and to get mean comments or for them to say. Like, I dreaded her hair. Like, I did her hair in like a whole head full of 2 Chainz twists. All the adults and different things loved it. But the kids were so rude. Like, they wanted to call her a little boy. They wanted to do this and that. They made her feel bad about her natural hair, which hurt my feelings. Because I literally was planning on dreading her hair at that point, but I didn't want her to feel like she needed to be, like she would get teased for her hair. Like, she thought it was cute at first until Muck started teasing her. So once it came down, I keep it braided and different things, but I try to keep her simple. She will not be wearing long weaves or have weave addition to her hair. Her sister doesn't either. I know y'all seen her walking back and forth. That's all her hair. Like, they have long, pretty hair and good textures of hair. But what we won't do is won't bully my baby. I've said it before. Y'all won't bully my babies. I will not put my babies in a position to be hurt. I will address every point, and they will get annoyed with me to the point where they know my name personally and my number about my kids. Like, I had to check my little cousin over my child before, because the fact of she was about, I want to say Carmen was about maybe at 3. And you know how big cousins do stupid stuff just to try to mess with a kid or something like that? My baby's never been afraid of the dark, like, ever. She wasn't one of those kids. You could turn lights off and she wouldn't blink an eye. She would walk around the house in the middle of the night, go wherever. Never been a child afraid of the dark. And all of a sudden, she started getting afraid of the dark. And I didn't understand why, because she's never been afraid of the dark in any place we stayed in. No candy.
I like candy.
I know you like candy. Everybody likes candy. Do you see this?
I like a candy.
You like a good candy? Finish drinking your juice.
No, I want to.
Okay, you don't want to? All right. So I started noticing things, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she basically was telling me, like, her big cousin was scaring her into like making her afraid of the dark.
My cup.
Your cup? Okay, your cup. And I had to literally call my cousin, like, put your child on the phone. What are you doing to your cousin to make her afraid of the dark? And whatever you are doing, stop it. We don't do that. You do not scare your little cousin. You do not make her afraid of anything. She does not have fears at this age, and she should not have fears at all. She should never fear the place where she spends all day at, just because it gets dark. I literally had to sit here, turn every light off in our house, and have her walk around and make her understand everything that you see in the light is the same thing you see in the dark. It's nothing to be afraid of. This is your house, and you should never be afraid of the place you stay. But the fact that it was her big cousin, that was her very first bullying incident. And I really felt like she was trying to bully the baby, because she was really just ticking with her and teasing with her and messing with her. And I'm like, Courtney, what's wrong with you, Puka? Like, you don't do that to your little cousin. But I mean, you know how big cousin, little cousin dynamics work. But it was just like, I didn't like it. And I'm like, we don't do that. That's not what we do. We're not going to do that. We're not going to start that. But for the, same age bracket, school age kids, different things like that, it's just sad. It's just sad. And I feel like if more parents address their children while they're going through the bullying phase, or if your child is the bully, stop it. Nip it in the bud right then and there. Because you don't want your kid to be labeled as the bully. You don't want your kid to be labeled as the mean kid, as the one that 10, 20 years later that kid still has in their mind because of something negative your child did. You don't want that for your kid. Nobody wants that for their kid. Like, nip it in the bud. Sit down and have a talk with your children about why it's wrong to be a bully, why it's wrong to be mean to other people, why it's beneficial to be a nice person. Make friends, not enemies. Talk to your kids more. Pay attention to your children. If you notice something's wrong, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that noticed when something is wrong with one of my kids, except for that one that's screaming. That's normal. Y'all, that's normal for him. He different. But I know my child. I know ain't nothing wrong with him. He's just the screamer. See? You see what I'm saying? You know your kids. To know your kids is to be able to be aware of different things. And if more of us are aware of our children and how they act and their tendencies, you can spot things early. You can spot when something is wrong with your child early on. This bullying stuff with kids this age.
Ryan made a mess. She said.
And tell her to clean it up. We're not gonna have this discussion.
I told her clean it up. She said I ain't doing that.
I'll be in there to talk to the disagreements, the fights, the arguments. Karma Marie, go in your room and get your stuff together. Don't let them mess that room up. You just cleaned it up. Bye bye.
By myself. All by myself.
I know. Y'all, she just cleaned up the room. She's gonna have a whole conundrum of a fit if that room don't get back clean. Go in there. I'll be in there in a second. I'm almost done with the video. So yes, to wrap this up, please stay aware of your children. Be mindful of the things that your kids do. Pay attention to the different actions that they show and demonstrate, because you never know. And I'll say it because it's true. This bullying thing and kids taking actions on their own when they feel like they don't have anybody, it's starting to get younger and younger and younger. It's like to the point where 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds are taking their own life because they've been bullied at school. So be aware of your child. He didn't put on everybody's hat in the house. If the school called me one more time and tell me they got school Monday, I knew. But I'm just saying, like, pay attention to your babies. Pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to their actions. Pay attention to the little things they tell you, because they're trying to demonstrate the signs. They're trying to show you something's wrong. Have conversations with your kids. Ask about their day. Just be aware of your child. You never know. Paying attention to them a little bit more can save their life. You never know what they're going through in school, because sometimes they don't want to tell us everything. And yeah, we know that. But it's okay to pry a little bit. Why? Because they're your child. You cannot pry enough into your child's life. Mine are about to have a whole moment in this back room about this room being clean. So I'm finna wrap this up, guys, so I can go break up this whole little situation. You know how sibling rivalry is, baby. And right now, she is gonna have a moment about her room getting messed up, and she just cleaned it up earlier. I told y'all we was cleaning earlier. So, love each other. Stop the bullying. Stop the bullying before these babies get hurt. Stop all these antics. If your child is the bully, nip that in the bud quick, because you don't want your child to be labeled the bully. Nip it in the bud. And you don't want to get parents angry, because if we got to keep coming up to the school about your kid, it's problems. But usually it's the parents also that when your kid is a bully, you're just as well, and they don't want to hear what nobody got to say or anything. So love your babies, pay attention to your babies, monitor your babies, nip it in the bud. Talk to the school, talk to the teachers, talk to your kids. Stop it before it gets too bad, and tell them why it shouldn't go on. Make sure that your child knows that they should be nice to others as well as love themselves. Start to teach your kids how to love themselves first at home, because when they love themselves, they're not as crushed by the bullying. I've learned that because I've taught her self-love. I'm teaching her self-esteem. She's shy in her own shell. That's just her. But she's very outgoing. But it affects her, and not to the point where I'll hear my child say she wants to take her own life, because we talk too much and we talk about everything, and she feels like she knows she could come to me about anything. So it'll never get. I pray it never gets to that point. But it's nothing that's gonna stop me from prying on my child. Oh, he's pissed. So I'm gonna pry in their lives always. I told you. I cry. I'm a crier. And he's a crier right now. But it's your girl, Lady B. They being mean. They being mean. So I'm finna go stop this bullying that's going on in my house right now. Because we don't do that. We don't be mean to each other. We love each other. And they're back there having a moment about the room being clean. So this is a bullying situation right now. Sibling bullying. I don't know if that could be stopped though. Sibling bullying, no. It kind of just happens. But I stop it in my house. So, okay. I told you it's real raw and uncut, y'all. But it's your girl, Lady B. Thank you for tuning in. I've already been on here ranting too long. It's not even a rant. It's awareness. Stop bullying. Stop the bullying. Stop the bullying. If you don't understand what you're saying, he is messing up my head. It's messed up. Jesus, stop the bullying. Tell him, say, stop the bullying. Stop it. It's not right. It's not good. It's not fun. It don't make nobody feel good. Stop the bullying. It's your girl, Lady B. Here I come. You're tuned into KTTV and y'all know my motto. 2 up, be out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back with another video soon. Love you all. Good night.